Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special episode of General Geekery. My name's Brian. I'm always, as always, with me is JD. Uh,
Hello.
just put out an episode yesterday, uh, which we probably would have waited to do it today, because we wanted to unbox the new G.I. Joe classified MMS, the mobile missile system. Um, but mine wasn't scheduled to be here till Sunday, and I'm working Sunday and Monday, so I was just going to save it for the next episode when Dayton is on. But I woke up this morning and it said out for delivery. So JD is like, well, if it shows up, let's just do a quick episode, quick unboxing. So that's what we're going to do,
Um, I don't have anything to unbox. I'm living vicariously through Brian. So,
right? I was
although I did get a burrito for dinner. So,
perfect. I was going to mention that we talked about the Fallout figures yesterday, and I was looking at them on eBay. The line is called Mega Merge, so you can take the arms and legs and head off and interchange them. There was indeed a second wave. There was a male and female Vault Dweller and the character Nick Valentine, who I don't know who that is, and
oh,
then several of the power armors with really cool paint jobs. I wish I had known that second wave was available because I would have picked all of those up because the paint jobs are really nice.
well, it's not too late.
Yeah, it is because they're super expensive right now. The
Oh,
Nuka Cola one's going for like $80.
oh, you know why? That fucking television show. Everybody's like, Fallout
No,
everything.
no, because the female Vault Dweller you can get for like $5 or $6.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Um,
So then I think the paint job, the ones with the nice paint jobs were a little more scarce. Didn't see as big a release as that first wave. And yeah, they're super expensive on eBay right now. And I don't know anybody else that has them because I don't even know who got that second wave. But anyway, uh, so let's do the unboxing, shall we? So here it is. The Cobra uh H.M.S, I guess, is what it's called. Heat-seeking heat missile system. Comes with a Cobra Techno Viper in the Fire Team 788 color scheme, which was what a lot of the what all the figures within class classified his the classified his tank through the Kickstarter was
um, HasLab.
as
Um, did you have the other set right with the Range Viper and the
yeah.
um
I brought my range viper down.
oh, that's a gridiron weapon, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, it is a gridiron weapon.
Yeah, because Hasbro doesn't make any cool. I mean, they make very few cool weapons for the. I mean, they have some decent weapons, but they don't make any badass weapons for the classified line.
Not really. So yeah,
Apparently, they leave that to third party sellers and Gridiron.
yeah, which is a third party seller. So there's the front of the box. Top of the box has the Cobra Semper Fidelis on the logo on the top. The Cobra Hiss logo on the side because it's part of the Cobra Fire Team, Hiss Fire Team thing. And then the back is line art of the figure and the
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, and of the system itself. It looks like in the packaging, on the packaging, it shows the tools for the Techno Viper. All of the images that I had seen showed the Techno Viper without tools.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if you know.
So I was happy to see that the tools were shown on the back as accessories, because all the like promo stuff that I saw showed that it wasn't going to come with tools.
Yeah, Techno Vipers need their tools.
Yeah,
Talking to you, Techno Viper version 2 from Star Brigade with the power armor
right.
and no tools. and a shitty paint job.
Yeah, and no Cobra logo. So there's the insert, the instructions on the back on how to put it together. Pretty self-explanatory. Um, I had the GI Joe mobile missile system when I was a kid, so
I never had that. I never had one. Hmm. And needless to say, I never had the Cobra repaint of it because anything that was a Sears exclusive in the vintage line, I didn't have. We had Sears stores, but I that may have been one of the stores that never actually got any GI Joes from, exclusive or otherwise.
yeah. Uh, I didn't even know the Sears exclusive thing was a thing until the internet.
Oh yeah, same here, same here.
So we got the body here. Looking for the wheels. All the tampos are already on it. It's pretty cool. It's got some stuff on the back, logos on the side.
Oh, it's got a computer console inside. That's cool.
Yeah, the computer console fits the in the original one, the computer console slid into the back. The computer console plugs into the uh,
Ah,
side.
okay. What do you think the chances are they'll repaint that green for the GI Joe MMS?
I cannot imagine they don't already have them made somewhere.
You're right, they probably do. they're probably they're probably just waiting to announce pre-orders on it.
Yeah, I would have to assume that they already have them made, packaged. They already have whatever figure's going to come with it made and packaged. Uh, they just haven't announced it yet.
I really they could include anybody they wanted with it, but I think the fanboys will whine and cry if Colonel Hawk isn't with it.
Yeah,
Even though in the vintage line it didn't make a whole lot of sense that Colonel Hawk came with it in the first place, because all the way from GI Joe #1, he was, oh damn,
yeah,
oh man, those missiles are sizable.
yeah. This is a fucking chunk of artillery, man. This is pretty cool.
What a
Do not have. So to answer your question, I do not have, did not participate in the HasLab uh for the Hiss tank. Just was not near and dear enough to my heart to throw down that kind of money for it. I got this in anticipation of the Cobra Stinger coming out, which
My heart was with the his tank, but it wasn't near and dear enough to my wallet to let me. It said $200 at this time of the year. No, fuck you. You can't. So, and I said, well, fuck you, fine. Um,
all right,
so
some legs here.
um, one day I hope they re-release the Hiss. They probably won't. Or maybe I can get one without the figures.
I think
Uh,
I wouldn't be surprised to see them re-release it in a different color scheme. However,
I have no doubts they'll put out a blue one, or they'll put out some other variation on it. Oh, I'm sure they will. I
however,
just
I
mean
think
if they never re-release the the classic style one on its own or any other way, that's fine.
I
But if
don't
they do ever repaint it, I'll just get one of those. But
I don't think Hasbro has ever re-released or repainted any of the HasLab projects they have ever done.
no, but I can imagine they engineered this for to give us a different hiss or a variation on the hiss. Um, I could see them reusing parts of it to give us a different hiss tank later. Um, there's no way they're not going to give us some other version of a hiss tank at some point. Come on now, that's just silly.
Yeah, we'll
That would be
see.
like that would be like putting out a vamp and only using it one time. Come on now. You know, those missiles are sizable enough. If you put a motor in there, it'd be a dildo. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Um,
Right. Let's figure out where the computer console
I
is.
mentioned this because way back when we were doing our video series about our favorite Joes and Cobras from each year, and this is back in 2020. There was some episode where something came up, and one of us said something about vibrators, and we spent the next 10 minutes of the video just giggling incessantly, like to the point where I don't think either of us could really form sentences. So, and since at the moment, coming up in my Facebook memories from 4 years ago is those individual episodes. And
Yeah,
every time they come up in my memories, I'm going to repost it. So at some point, that episode where we mentioned vibrators is probably going to get posted. I have no idea what episode it was.
yeah, I don't either. I was gonna say I don't even have a clue when that was.
I just remember because I listened to it. I was listening to it like 2 years ago, and I had forgotten all about that. So, right where the range viper is placed, I can see his head with his bulbous brain, and that's pretty cool.
Let's see here.
It is a sizable missile, like the whole thing in your hand. I don't know why, but I didn't imagine it being quite that. I don't know why. I mean, it is 1/12 scale, but for some reason, I just wasn't picturing it to be that big. But then I always forget how big the vamp is until I pick it up too. So,
All right. So there we go. It's all assembled. So the back has fold down uh stands. The front has fold down stands. The stands are soft plastic, but not too soft. Um, and then the uh hitch is articulated in three spots, so it kind of folds up into the launcher. So I'm guessing that higher it will fit into the hiss, and then lower it will hook onto the stinger when it comes out, or when they repaint it for the vamp. So I think the multi-positional hitch is a pretty cool feature, making it super versatile. Uh, Elevates there, obviously swivels, and then yeah, it doesn't have, like I said in the original, had the computer console that fit into the back and the stand fit into the front. This doesn't have it. It just has a panel that pops off with a computer panel. Um, I don't, I'm, I don't know how I feel about that. I really liked the fact that the original uh fit into the computer fit into the missile system itself.
yeah, I could see where you'd be conflicted about that.
But all in all, man, it's pretty solid. The tires are squishy rubber. Um, but they're all one piece. Well, no, they are not all one piece. Uh, but yeah, I mean, it's a nice solid chunk of plastic here, and yeah, it's huge.
All right, I got my vamp out because I wanted to see. Yeah, it does have the same uh, wheel
Yeah,
covers.
it does have a
They're not the same tires though. Um, the tread or the line pattern on the sides is the same, but it's not all the way around on that. So, all
ah
right, now you see, now we picture this thing. Now imagine that towing a green version of that MMS, and dude, you're gonna love that when they put the stinger out.
yeah.
Um,
Kind of, I like I said, I think the multi-positional um hitch was a really good idea, so that the vamp or stinger um can tow it, and then your his tank can tow it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that they're designing these things with forwards compatible ideas.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not something I would have expected from Hasbro, honestly. But yeah,
Yeah, there have been lines in the past where they're a victim of their own lack of planning on things.
yeah, and that's where the third party people come in, like Gridiron. I mean, there's what, 5 different packages that add-on package
Yeah, because
for the
when
thing.
I showed the vamp the first time, I don't think I had the weapon system yet with the proper 50 cals and proper ammo for the that actually looks like 50K ammo belts. So I'm pretty happy. I didn't get the rest of the upgrades on it. I don't feel any particular need to, but I like the roll cage on the back, and I like the gun platform.
So there it is next to the classified scale figure.
Sweet.
So yeah, it is a friggin' chunk of plastic, man. I definitely dig it. I'm not quite sure where I'm gonna put it. Because it's
Time to get more shelves.
yeah, I think so. The Techno Viper did indeed come with his tools, so I'm
Good,
happy about that.
as it should be. I mean, it wouldn't have been. I don't think it would have been unforgivable if it didn't. I think it would have just been a weird. I think it would have been a real weird oversight if they
Well,
weren't included.
it's funny you should mention the Techno Viper version 2 because that was my initial thought was that, oh, they're gonna go the Techno Viper version 2 route and not give him all of his equipment, and then I'm gonna have to buy another Techno Viper to give him gear. But again, I have to I grudgingly say this, but I have to give it to Hasbro for actually giving him all of his gear. So I am impressed with that. I will have to admit.
Um, what do you think of the What do you think of the Techno Viper without purple? Because even version two, the Star Brigade version, was mostly purple. He had some what copper color, and he had some, but
Yeah.
he was still the majority purple. So I think this is the first time we've seen a Techno Viper that was primarily other colors. What do you think of it?
I like it. Just I mean, it's a specialty Viper, so it would really have to be super garish for me to hate it. And
That's probably
even then,
yeah,
if it's
but
super
even
garish,
some of the garish specialty Vipers you're a fan of.
I
So
am. So it I don't know that they could do something to it to make me actively hate it to begin with.
right, but I mean, is it weird for you to see a Techno Viper
No,
in a different color scheme altogether?
no, because I am working on my own Flaming Moth set. So as part of that, I did all the Cobra figures that were in the original set. Um no, I did all of the figures that were in the original set 'cause I think I did a Chuckles and a Shipwreck too. Um I don't know. I'll have to go back and look. But anyway, I expanded on that to include extra theaters of operations, and one
Oh,
of the
that's right. You did an urban Techno Viper, right?
I did an Alley Viper, a big bulky Alley Viper in urban camo, and I did a Techno Viper
Oh, that's right.
in
Um,
camo colors.
um, yeah, that's right. I forgot that you had already done that.
So it's the first one that's like officially not original colors. Um, but yeah, I have a custom that is not in original colors as well. So it's not too weird for me to see a Techno Viper in different colors. And I actually kind of like the idea that just kind of says that Cobra's willing to be versatile to for their troops to get them equipped in the proper color schemes for whatever they're doing.
You know, I think the only time Cobra Troopers wearing other color schemes or like team specific or because like I like Python Patrol and things like that. I think the only troop class that really bugs me when they put it in other colors is the Crimson Guard.
I
It's
mean,
in the name, Crimson.
yeah,
If you put them in banana yellow, they're no longer Crimson Guards, they're banana guards, which makes me think Cobra deployed them to, I don't know, South American Banana Republic uh, countries. Um, like they operate in Sierra Gordo for a fruit company. Does it come with the same hologram as the other one? Okay.
sure does.
Um, oh yeah, you know what? I like that color scheme on that figure.
I do too. I think it's
Um,
I think it's a nice color scheme. I think it fits well with the there's the range viper next to him. Um,
where's the officer or the trooper or wherever the other two figures are?
Let me go get him real quick. Let me put this guy on a
Oh, I
stand.
was just curious because I don't think you ever did a video on them. So, um,
I can grab them
I
real quick. They're standing up on the new shelves. So let me go grab them real quick.
oh good, the Techno Viper is staring at me. Cool. Hello, Mister Red Techno Viper. I really think it speaks to how badass your helmet design sculpt is because it's not really any less intimidating in that color scheme than it is in, yeah, that angular snout thing that the card art of the 1987 version had, but the actual figure had this weird rounded bulbous head that didn't match. I remember being really excited about the 30th anniversary modern version of the Techno Viper they put out because because that head sculpt back in 2011 finally matched vintage card art, and I'm glad that they did just as well on the classified version because I have a custom of the vintage Techno Viper with the modern head sculpt because I just could not deal with the vintage head sculpt on it. It bugged me when I was 7, and it still bugs me as a cranky old man. So apparently Brian had to drive somewhere to get the other two figures. For sure he'd be back by now. That's
I
all right. I was talking to the Techno Viper.
Yeah, no, I could hear it. I was looking for my version 2 Techno Viper, but I can't find him because there are so many loose figures on the wall. It would take
Yeah.
me an hour to find him.
And
So there
oh,
is
that's cool. Okay. I
so there
couldn't remember what the other figures looked like that came with that set since I didn't buy it, but
yeah, there is the missile trooper that came with the 788 set, and it did come
he
with an
reminds me a bit of the Bazooka Trooper that they put out in the 25th line.
yeah, exactly. I think that's
Oh,
exactly
that's cool.
what it's
Yeah,
modeled.
if you decide that you don't want either of those figures, I'll take one.
Yeah, no, they're staying in my
All
closet.
right. Well, I decided to try, so
So I one of the things that I really like about this color scheme is that it will blend perfectly with a Stinger when it comes out because these are the primary colors for the Stinger. So they won't have to like reissue make the original Stinger and then make a separate one to go with the 788 fire team because it'll be the same colors.
um yeah, I think they I have a feeling when they put out the Stinger, it'll come with a driver of its own. And I have a feeling beyond that, they'll use it as a reason to put out two or three other figures in that same color scheme. So you have one big unit that specializes in this with his armored vehicles, and
I wouldn't be
they look
surprised.
intimidating on the shelf.
I wouldn't be surprised to see an alley viper and a bat repainted.
There is an Iron Bat coming.
Yeah,
Um,
I did see that.
because Chris McLeod accidentally mentioned it on the Full Force podcast, and if you look at Metalhead, he's wearing gray and red, and on his package it says Iron Grenadiers, but it's got the Cobra logo behind it. Because I think what they decided to do is meld the Iron Grenadiers into as an arm of Cobra, and I have a feeling that whatever Iron Grenadiers they put out will blend perfectly well with the rest of the his stuff, and you'll have like a badass display of black, gray, and red troopers on your shelf.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I think this looks pretty cool. So I was thinking about this morning. I'm like, once they put out the original Cobra Stinger, are they going to repaint it and make a like a Fire Team 788 repaint of the Stinger? But I don't think they'll need to because
I don't think so.
the original
Um,
colors will work perfectly with this.
yeah, because I was gonna say it was it was black and dark gray, anyways, right?
Black, dark black. The accessory panels were a dark gray, and the missiles were red.
Oh, the missiles were red, so yeah, they won't need to. It'll fill that purpose. So when they do repaint the Stinger or repaint it as a different Stinger later, they'll have a different they'll find a different excuse to do that.
Yeah,
But the
which was the
um
if they repaint it, what I see them doing is I think it was the 2003 one that came with Vipra.
1998, the Rattler four-wheel drive.
There you go. You.
The and that would be cool.
Yeah, because it has some really cool airbrush highlights on that. I don't have that one, never had it. I had the original Stinger, but I didn't have the.
I had the Rattler back in 1998. Um, when I was a kid, I had the Stinger. I think I want to say I might have gotten it from one of the mail orders
Ah,
because I had the Stinger driver too. It probably included it, but I don't think I had it on the original run. But I think the early mail away stuff, I got a lot of that stuff, and I think I had the Stinger.
the
And
way step the vehicles didn't usually come with the drivers though, did they?
no, but I had a Stinger driver too because every once in a while they would do mail away versions. It would be
Uh,
like
yeah.
vehicle driver sets, like
Yeah.
because I think there was a set with a Stinger driver, Thunder, maybe Copperhead was often included. He was available as a mail away sometimes. And maybe a Motor Viper. I don't know. I had a Motor Viper because I had the stun. Really, way back when they put out the stun and they did it in the same color scheme as the hiss. I don't know that they need to make a classified stun, but fuck, it would be kind of cool to see.
It would be cool to see. I don't know that I need one, but it really kind of would be cool to see. I'm I'm not
Um,
I'm not the biggest on the classified scale vehicles. Just
well, they take up a lot of room. I mean,
I
I've
have
got the Vamp, I've got a Trouble Bubble, I have I have the Tiger Ram, and I've got the Ram Cycle. I don't. Um, it's true I didn't buy the Hiss because of financial constraints. But when I saw the pictures of it that Emily had posted on her Instagram of it sitting on like a kitchen table with like a vintage hiss, and it was like the not just the big brother of it, it was like the gigantic brother of it. I thought, you know, if the vehicles get much bigger, you'll be able to use them as furniture. Um,
yeah.
um, I don't like the Dragonfly. again, that was financial, but that was also because, firstly, I don't need a helicopter that big. Secondly, it's not entirely necessary. Now if they um
That will be one I will be curious to see if they repaint as the Tiger Fly. Like I said, they haven't
um
ever reissued or repainted any of the previous HasLab projects. So I am curious to see what they will do with that.
um I just figure they might consider it down the line for the Hiss tank, simply to keep the Hiss as part of the ongoing story. But I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know how they'll handle that, and they'll wait a while, because the HasLab backers deserve to have plenty of time uh, to absorb it. I mean, the fact is, they paid for it. They should have. They should take a priority like that. But I don't know if they would do a tiger fly. I know
I
I had the tiger fly when I was a kid. I remember getting it for Christmas because I was excited that it had Recondo, and I no longer had my dragonfly at that point. So um, I did have a place for Wild Bill to sit. Because I used Recondo with the rest of Tiger Force as ground forces. I'm not in. I know there was something to do with the availability of Wild Bill's mold back in
all
1988, and
right.
that's the reason Recondo got the nod instead. But um, yeah, I think I just let Wild Bill fly the Tiger Fly, because, well, it just made sense. And I was a fan of Wild Bill from the cartoon. He was so over the top. I love it.
Yeah.
Um, what are you working on? Is that a yellow skeleton?
No, it's a yellow blank boss fight figure.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So Craniac Studios announced yesterday or the day before a Dejora Thoris head, which is the gal from John Carter of Mars series.
I've never seen that movie.
It's a book. I mean, yes, they made a movie, but it's a
I
series.
know it's an Edgar Rice Burroughs book. Um, um, but yeah, I never read it, and I never saw the movie.
The movie,
Um,
the movie was immediately forgettable. Um,
well, it's
but
got Taylor Kitsch in it. That guy is just wallpaper. Um, I
so
mean, I'm not. I'm not saying he sucks or anything. I'm just saying he's not. I don't find him to be interesting enough to anchor a whole movie. So the battleship movie they put out, I had the same reaction. I'm like, this was a fine movie that I didn't give a shit that they went outside the box and did like aliens and stuff. But I'm like, really, Taylor Kitsch? Because when he played Gambit in the Wolverine movie, I'm like, firstly, he didn't have the Cajun accent. Fuck you, not giving Gambit the Cajun accent. But secondly, that's where I decided, yeah, that guy's like wallpaper. He's not that interesting. Um,
but anyway, I am doing a Dejora Thoris custom, and I'm gonna order the head
oh,
from
gotcha.
from Craniac.
Um, well, in
I
case anybody's wondering, I don't have a head for him yet, but I'm making a classified space shot figure,
Oh wow.
Star Brigade space shot. It's hard to tell, but he's got like a silver coating over
I
all the paint because if I'm gonna do a pulpy retro uh spacefaring guy, yeah, he's got to have silver. One thing I like about old sci-fi serial stuff is the amount of silver they used because it seemed futuristic. So, yeah, I don't have a head for him yet, but yeah, Star Brigade space shot. Because one thing I have a fascination with is Star Brigade figures that I've never owned, and at this point, likely never will. So,
yeah, they're
but I
kind of.
can make my own. Um,
I'm still kind of trying to piece together my own Star Brigade Major Blood. It's
yeah,
still
I've got a
It's still on the work in progress table, and I did do the unreleased Star Brigade Dr. Mindbender,
Yeah,
and
you did a mind bender. So
I'm
um
super happy with how that came out.
um the yeah, because I made well, I had the Star Brigade sci-fi. I posted them a few months ago, but the other day I took a picture of another character that I'm working on to go with him, and I realized how much detailing the sci-fi figure needed because I went with the bright greenish yellow and gray, just like the 1994 Star Brigade, but I didn't do any detailing on it, and I didn't realize how necessary that was till I looked at the pictures. And I'm like, ooh. So yeah,
I've
I did some detailing on the Buzz Lightyear body. Um,
I've done two Star Brigade customs, so I did
oh, you did Black Star too. That's right.
uh,
Um, oh, that's right. Because when I did my modern Black Star a couple years before that, I had liked it plenty well right up until you posted yours, and then I no longer liked mine.
and then
Um,
the '94 Mindbender.
um, yeah, it's badass.
Which
I wish I didn't get a classified mindbender because, well, I don't care. But if I did,
The only
I
reason
think,
I got one's because I met Brian Cummings a couple of times.
yeah, I think I would have gotten it if he'd had a lab coat. If they had gone more like Valor versus Venom, Doctor Mindbender, than professional wrestler 1986 Doctor Mindbender.
I
But
think they could have done an interchangeable torso on that. I think that would have been sweet.
I have a feeling they'll revisit Mindbender at some point, maybe with a slightly less insane version. Maybe.
Maybe because there was
Um,
only the Star Brigade version. No, there was a couple different versions of Mindbender.
well, in
The
the
Go
Joe
versus
versus Cobra line
Big
in
Old.
2002,
Yeah,
yeah, they put one with that, yeah, the gigantic medallion and the open and like the open shirt, and they repainted it in black and red and made it like Python Patrol, and I'm like, I can see them doing a Python Patrol Mindbender in the classified line. And if they did that, even if he didn't have the gigantic medallion, I might consider it.
and then
And
he
then,
have like a Star Brigade version too.
um,
And then yeah, then the lab coat version.
um, yeah, I think it really comes down to I think all the designs for Mindbender after the first one all work for me. I mean, I really like the Battlecore version with the cybernetic eye
Yeah, I did too.
and the and the bright yellow banana viper pants, but um,
Yeah, I really would have liked to have seen the Star Brigade one that didn't get released come out.
um,
That was
there's a whole lot
things.
of figures from 1995 that I wish had come out. Um,
That's one of the things that I had always kind of wished for at some point in time that Hasbro would go back and release because you see all this stuff from all these different all these different lines. I mean, there was stuff from Pursuit of Cobra that didn't see the light of day. There was stuff from 30th anniversary that didn't see the light of day. Um, like there was a
wasn't there a Renegade scrap iron that they didn't put out?
yeah, I think so. But
Yeah, I remember thinking it didn't look like it did in the cartoon, but it was pretty badass and sad that they didn't put it out.
uh,
Um,
the City Strike Scarlet from Rise of Cobra that never got released. That was just an amazing ass figure. Just all the stuff that never got released, I would have liked to have seen Hasbro go back and say, hey, you know what? Here's from the Vault line, all the way from original, the O-ring stuff, all the way through the 50th anniversary stuff that didn't get released, and then just do, even if it was like a box set and it was one figure of all the figures, or it was just two waves of four figures, or
yeah, like
I would
I
have,
like the 2005 Baroness that they were going to put out that didn't happen.
yeah.
It was firstly the only time that Baroness had been revisited in the vintage line, but it was still unmistakably her, but it had a slightly different tweak design, and I think that's one of the biggest losses from the 2005 or the 1995 line. That and most of the Battle Corps Rangers. Um, there was a whole lot of Joes that would have come out that year that would have been really nice to have. What could have been somewhere out there in the multiverse. I like to believe there's an alternate universe where
This stuff.
Battle Corps did carry on after 1994, and the collectors then are happier than they are in this one. Whatever, maybe.
Maybe. Who knows? I mean, theoretically, it has to happen. It has to exist. So maybe, probably.
Yeah, but I don't think I'd want a traveler from one of those dimensions to come in and tell us what we missed, because I think that would just get people mad at them. And the government would probably want to dissect them. So
Yeah.
it'd be like ET. It'd be like that sign in ET, that scene in ET, and that's not cool.
Yeah.
But hey, we went off on a tangent.
Totally. Which,
Wow, good thing we never do that.
right? That's never happened before.
Ever. Yeah, I'm telling you, that figure you're holding would look really cool in my collection. I'm just saying.
I'm saying get your own, buddy.
It's not the way that conversation was supposed to go at all.
Because it looks really good in my collection too.
Damn it. um, hey, did you ever decide to customize that Valkyrie that I sent you, or are you leaving it as is?
I haven't decided because the one thing that I would have liked to have done to it is make it a Night Stalker,
Yeah.
but to just paint it black and do some silver highlights seemed just
Remember that time you did that with the Crimson Guard? We'll do that with the Night Stalker too. And
yeah.
yeah, because I remember when I saw your knights, your stealth, your the Crimson Shadow Guard, whatever the fuck they were. I just remember thinking, well, it's less boring, because I thought the original, just black and silver, was boring, but you did extra paint things to make it less boring. So do that with the Valkyrie.
I'm thinking about it. I haven't decided. And again, I don't do 1/12 scale customs, so
Or what if you did a Python version and you did all the line work, because that's your favorite?
no, I would have to
Um,
figure out how people do like masking techniques for that, and I would have to
yeah,
figure
me too. I don't understand it either. The only
because
Python Patrol customs I
that
ever made, I hand painted the lines and they looked like ass.
yeah, I'm not
Um,
opposed to it because I would do it in the Toys R Us black and gold and red. God damn that thing. I would do I don't
um,
know how to turn that fucking thing off.
um, I don't know, dude. We're Luddites. We have enough trouble We have enough trouble making the technology work. Uh,
Yeah.
as is, we have trouble customizing it to our preferences.
There it is. I just found it. Recognize hand gestures.
Oh, I have a hand gesture I could recognize.
I just
Um,
turned mine off, so it's not going to do it anymore.
well, I wonder. I don't know. Turn it back on. Flip it off. See if it'll recognize. Never mind.
Oh, let's try it.
Because that's the hand gesture that
Let's see. Does that work? Yeah, there we go. All right.
it still keeps it as a thumbs up.
No,
Oh,
it does not work. I will definitely have to check the not this video is not made for children uh when I do
well,
YouTube upload.
considering when we say things like, you know, fuck the people that disagree and stuff, I don't think this is suitable for children, anyways.
No.
Um, but all right, well, uh, nice to unbox a thing with you.
Absolutely. So yeah, that was
I
quick unboxing and review of the 788 Fire Team figure set as well. Because I tore into that the second it got here because I wanted that Range Viper. I
Um,
want Range
yeah.
Viper bad. So that I didn't think I was gonna get that because Emily was gonna get it for me for Christmas, and then she's like, "Oh, it's sold out." I'm like, "Fuck!" And then about January, it came back in stock. I'm like, "I am totally getting that and calling it a
Um,
present."
as in to say, yeah, army builders wipe those out pretty heavily. Um,
Yeah, I can't say I blame them. They're cool figures.
but all right, well, next episode we'll get it scheduled. We've got Dayton coming on to talk about the Phantom Menace, and that should be good. So,
Yeah, absolutely. So we're looking forward to the May the 4th be with you episode.
indeed. All
As
right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right. As always, please do that fun social media stuff. Like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let us know if you got the Fire Team set or the Cobra H.M.S. and what you think of it.
Or
And
if you have a Cobra Trooper from the fire team set that you'll send me, since Brian won't send me one of his, hey, let me know. That'd be cool. I'm just saying.
oh no, there,
Um,
some bitch. All right. So yeah, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.
bye, everybody.